Hello everyone, it's Stat Teacher here, and today's lesson is going to be on multiplication, level 4. Let's start learning. So multiplication level 4 is all about multiplying decimals. This is the most challenging content out of our series of multiplication, so let's just get straight into the lesson. The definitions there, have a read. I don't think you need it if you're at level 4. So just also a quick little did you know fact, if you multiply 1089 times 9, you're going to get the exact reverse, 9,801, pretty cool fact. The tiger's just there because it looks awesome. Let's move on. Now, multiplication chart, times tables chart, whatever you call it in your country. Now, if you're at level 4, I think you have a pretty strong foundation of this. You don't really need to worry so much about this. However, if you're weak in a certain times table, you just have to practice it. 9 times tables you're weak at, practice it. That's all you need to do. Let's move straight into the multiplication with decimals questions. Now, you're going to get questions like this. 5.3 times 3.7. You need to treat this question as if the decimal places weren't even there. So pretend it's 53 times 37. So a 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication question. 7 times 3 is 21. Put the 1 below, the 2 goes there. 7 times 5 is 35, plus that 2 is 37. Now don't forget, when you move on to that 3 in the tens column, magic 0 makes the whole thing work. Without the magic 0, you're going to be wrong. Now, 3 times 3 is 9. Now, 3 times 5 is 15. Put it there. Now, you'll see you just need to add these up. 1 plus 0 is 1. 7 plus 9 is 16. Carry the 1. 3 plus 5 is 8, plus that 1 is 9. Now, 1 plus no numbers, 1 plus 0 is 1. Now, what you need to do here, you need to, see I've put the decimal point on the right, so the number next to the ones column. You see that little decimal point right next to the It's That Teacher logo? We're gonna use that later. This is what you need to do. Start with your decimal point there, and then count how many numbers are after the decimal point. So I've highlighted the first one, 3 and 7. So you can see they're in the tenths column, okay? So there's 2 numbers there, which mean once you multiply this, we need to make it 2 decimal points, okay? From the right, counting 2 decimal points. Ready? 1, 2, bang. That's exactly where the decimal point goes. So your answer is going to be 19.61. That's how you solve these type of questions, moving straight on. Now, with larger decimals, you're going to have to treat this as if it was a 3-digit by 3-digit multiplication question. Pretend the decimal points aren't there and work it out. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 6 is 12. Carry the 1. 2 times 5 is 10, plus the 1 is 11. Moving to the tens column, add that magic 0. 3 times 4 is 12. Put the 2 there, the 1 goes above. Now, 3 times 6 is 18, plus that 1 is 19. Add the 1 in the other column, in the hundreds column. Now, 3 times 5 is 15, plus the 1 is 16. Now, don't forget, I forgot to mention this previously. You can see the 1s there. When you move to the hundreds column, you need to rub that out. See how I've got rid of them? It will make your working out so much easier, especially in larger numbers like this. Finally, the hundreds column, 2 magic zeros. You already know what to do if you've passed level 3 in our series. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 5 is 5. Now, you already know you need to add these numbers. 8 plus 0 plus 0 is 8. 2 plus 2 plus 0 is 4. 1 plus 9 is 10. Plus 4 is 14. Carry the 1. 1 plus 6 is 7. Plus that other 6 is 13. Plus that 1 is 14. However you want to work that out is cool. I might have done it a confusing way just then. Or you could just go 6 plus 6 is 12 plus the 1. 13 plus the other one, 14. Whatever you want to do. So carry the 1 over. 1 plus 5 is 6. Plus that 1 is 7. Now, you need to count the amount of numbers after the decimal point. First thing is, ready? 1, 2. I've underlined it in red. You can see the tenths column, 4 and 2. There's 2 numbers. So we have the decimal point. We've just added it on the furthest number. So next to the ones, which is right near the logo. Can you see that little dot there? We need to work with that. Now we've got 2 numbers after the decimal point. You need to move it across to your left 2 decimal places. Ready? 1, 2, bang. That's exactly where it goes. 744.48. It's exact same process as 3-digit by 3-digit multiplication. Some students get a little bit confused at the decimal point. What do I do here? treat it as if it's not there, add it in at the end. It's the easiest tip, I highly recommend it. Now you're gonna get a question like this. This looks way more confusing than it is. So treat the question as if it was 47 times 6. I'm even gonna move the 6 over here just to give you a little bit more visual and aid to solve this. Now, 47 times 6. 6 times 7 is 42. Put the 2 below, carry the 4 to the tens column. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 4 is 28. Now, you've got a number like that. Now, we need to count how many numbers are past the decimal point. So, 1, 2, 3. I've highlighted them, underlined them in red. There are 3 numbers after the decimal point. Now, we put our decimal point there. We need to move it 3 decimal places for the 3 numbers that are after the decimal point, okay? Ready? I'm gonna show you here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that one went a bit quick. And don't forget, you can't really have 0.282. You can, but it's better if you write in your answers 0.282. So it's easy as that. You don't even have to worry about those zeros until the end, where you just count the numbers afterwards, move the decimal point, simple as that. Nailed it. Now, I've written some questions for you to do in your workbooks. They're exactly like this. Give it a go. I'm gonna show you the answers on the next slide, just like this. So please work it out, keep your numbers neat, all the things I tell you in your books, write it in pencil, rub out the working out, follow the tips, follow the strategies. If you're not sure, rewind this video, rewatch it. They're very similar questions, and I know you're gonna be fine after this. So here are the answers. 35.6 times 42.7. You can see we've added up the 3 numbers. I've done it just quickly so we can speed the process. Add these numbers, you'll get 152,012. Now, count the numbers after the decimal point. You can see here, 1, 2. We've put the decimal point on the far right, okay? Next to the ones, and move it 2 decimal points. 1, 2, bang. 1,520.12. That's your answer. Now with this question, I've worked it out quickly just for the answer slide. You have 384. Remember, count the numbers after the decimal point. There's 3 numbers there. Move the decimal point across 3 places. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There it is. That's your answer, 0.384. Now, hopefully this guide to multiplying decimals has helped you, and I hope you carry it to your class. Impress your teacher with what you know, your little tricks. This is so much easier than it looks. That decimal point, like I said, is super confusing for some students. Pretend that thing isn't even there, and just at the end, how many numbers after the decimal point? 1, 2, 3, whatever the case may be, and move the decimal place one by one to amount to the same number afterwards, okay? So, thank you for coming to that lesson. It's That Teacher. We're gonna start our division series next. Thank you for tuning into multiplication. We'll see you in the division series.